Welcome guys, it is the AxeMan here, and today we're going to be looking at the top 5 rarest creatures that you can find in Ark. Now, we're just going to be focusing on the island map. Some of the creatures on this list spawn on other maps like Ragnarok and stuff, and they are quite common. But we're just going to focus on the island. That's kind of the main map, that's where the story is held, so that's what we're going to be doing. All the creatures on this list can be tamed. There are some other creatures that are quite rare that can't be tamed, so we're just, not going to focus on them. These are all tameable. Obviously, this is my list. It's not like an official one or something, but if you do feel different, go ahead, write that down in the comment section. The last couple of videos we've done like this, there's been a lot of interaction, and I love to see what everyone else thinks. Even if you hate it and you think I'm completely wrong, say that. I don't mind. It's nice to see. So yeah, if you do enjoy it, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new as well, and let's just get started. Okay, so kicking off with number 5 is the TITANOSAUR. Now, this thing is massive. It is huge. It's actually the biggest creature in the game, but it is still very rare. There's only a couple of them that spawn on the server at a time, but just due to the sheer size of it, that's why it's not higher up on the list, because they are quite easily spotted once you've flown over the map, and they're quite easy to spot. They're so big, in fact, that they render in before some resources, so they might actually render in before some trees, makes it even easier to spot. But they are rare, like I said, and for good reason too. If you ever manage to tame one of these guys, and let me just say, it is not easy to do. These are not, you don't trank them out. It's not a passive tame either. You have to pretty much smash it in the face until it's unconscious. You need to use either boulders, cannonballs, or rockets. You've got to keep just pounding it in its face until it's unconscious, whack a saddle on it, and then it's tamed. Because it's so good, on official servers you can obviously edit this in game settings. It only lasts for a few hours. I think it's between like 12 and 24 hours. But it's got a platform saddle. You can have a massive fortress on the back of that, and this guy can destroy all the materials, metal, tech, everything. It's like the ultimate raid dino. That's why they've made it so hard to tame, and that's why there's not many of them. But yeah, that's why this is number 5 on the list. That is the TITANOSAUR. Okay, so in 4th place we've got the GIGANOTOSAURUS, or as many of us know it, the Giga. This guy is terrifying. If you've ever run into one of these, you probably died, and probably your creature as well. They are stupidly powerful. Luckily for us though, there's only a couple of them on the server at a time, which is a good thing, because otherwise they would go wreaking havoc on the whole server. These guys can destroy thatch, wood and stone structures, so you need a metal base to be safe from these. I've only ever really found them up in the mountains. That's where they seem to spawn. Like, that's where I found them, kind of in the snow biome as well. They're not higher up on the list just due to because they kind of camouflage with the environment. If you're flying over, you might just completely miss it, because it might be in the trees, it might be next to a rock, you might not even be taking it in, you might just miss it. But you can tame these. You have to trank it out. It's not as easy as it sounds, because they have quite a big range and they will kill you in like one shot if you're not careful. So you need to make a trap for it. Once you tame it, it loses some of its health and some of its power. That's to kind of balance it out in the game. It also has this rage meter thing, so if it takes enough damage or you fall from a high cliff or something, it will turn on you, kill all your stuff, and probably you as well. So they've kind of balanced out there. There is a reason these things are rare, like, because that shouldn't happen a lot. So that's the reason that one is in number 4. Okay, so in 3rd position is the LIOPLEURODON. Now, this is a strange tame because it doesn't last very long at all. So to tame one of these, you need to feed it honey. Once tamed, you have it for 30 minutes. That's all you have it for. So these guys are quite hard to find in the water. There's only a few of them. Like I said, there's no real spawn location. They'll just spawn anywhere, and the water is quite a big place. So like I said, yeah, once you find one, you've tamed it up, it will make loot drops like stupidly OP. Someone did some testing, I can't remember who it was, but a loot that should have had, I think it was hide or cloth, actually turned out to be a rocket launcher blueprint, which is kind of amazing. But like I said, this LIOPLEURODON, you only get it for 30 minutes, half an hour, and you might be searching for 5 hours to find this thing. because there's not many of them, and you have to have honey as well, which spoils. So you need honey red air, you need to find one, or you need to find one, then go get honey, then come back, hope it's in the right place. It is quite a lot of effort. They are very rare. There's obviously not loads of them, or everyone would be getting stupidly OP blueprints and, like, you know, Mastercraft rocket launchers and stuff, which would be kind of crazy on PvP. So yeah, that guy is in number 3. Okay, so in number 2, just missing out on the top spot, is the Ovis, or the sheep as you want to call it. Now, like I said, we're not focusing on other maps because in Ragnarok this thing spawns quite a lot. But on the island, this thing is rare as dicks. It really is. I remember when it first came out searching, I think for about 5 hours to find one. So they're meant to spawn pretty much mostly around the island, mostly near the mountains and stuff, but they are stupidly rare. I've only actually ever seen them in the snow biome, and I've only, in the wild, I played this game a lot, I've only ever seen 3. That is all I've ever seen. Now that's ridiculous. There's a reason for that, because when they spawn, they get killed. They have no real defense, and they spawn mostly in the snow biome, like I said. So they spawn and sabers come and kill them, or Daedons come and kill them. You have to, if you find one, pick it up, take it back home, and tame it up. To tame it up, you need sweet veggie cakes as well. It's a passive tame, sweet veggie cakes. They're not easy to make. You need quite a lot of stuff to make some of them as well. So you kind of need some of them ready, and you will have to prepare for a long search to find one of these. If you find one straight off the back, you are very, very lucky. So what you want to do with these is you need to tame a couple, hopefully a male and a female, breed them up and get a mutton farm, because once these guys are killed, you can, you know, have a little slaughterhouse, kill them, you get loads of mutton. That's like second to kibble for taming carnivores. It's so good. It's a lot better than prime. It's just under kibble. So yeah, that's the reason I want to tame these. That's the reason I think they're that rare on the island, and that's why it's just missed out on the top spot. Okay, so in first place, the rarest creature in Ark is the unicorn. Now this thing is in number 1 because only one spawn. It is that rare that only one spawns on the server. Now, when it came out, there was conflicting theories saying if you tamed that one wild unicorn, another one would then spawn in. That's not the case at all. You can change it in the server settings so it happens, but it actually doesn't. Once you've tamed that unicorn, that is yours. No others will spawn unless you upload that unicorn to an obelisk or a beacon, and then another one will spawn. So that's how rare this thing is. There could literally just be one on the whole server, and if you own that, you've got like the most rarest creature ever. And I'm pretty sure some people would be willing to trade some crazy things to get it. It's essentially just a horse. It does everything a horse does. I think you can put a horse saddle on it as well, gather berries, you know, carry you around and stuff. I suppose it can knock things out with its kicks and that, but it's just a horse. It's nothing special. It's because it's a unicorn. It's got a horn on its head, which makes it so rare. So yeah, that is number 1. Okay guys, so that is the top 10 rarest creatures on Ark, in my opinion, from my experience. What do you guys think? Do you agree with this? Do you disagree? Do you think there should be some creatures in here that are rarer than these? Or do you think that none of these are rare at all and there's some that are even more rare? Just remember, we are focusing only on the island map because that's kind of like the main story thing. So yeah, once again, if you did enjoy it, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe as well. So thanks for watching guys, and I shall see you soon. Peace.